Hello guys, the month of February already ended, so let's see the best indie game that released in February 2025. First is Project TACHYON. It's an exhilarating run-and-gun action shooting game based on a roguelite. The game takes players on a thrilling journey through time with the protagonist Sigma, who is on a mission to thwart the uprising of artificial intelligence and fight for the future. The gameplay is fast-paced and intense, requiring players to navigate through various levels filled with enemies and obstacles. Players must use their reflexes and strategic thinking to overcome challenges and progress through the game. The game features a variety of weapons and power-ups that players can collect to enhance their abilities and increase their chances of survival. Seeds of Pandora: The Legend of Gaia Tree is a classic JRPG with a unique twist of mecha elements. Players embark on an epic adventure across the continent of Pandora, joining the protagonist Bastian and his friends as they uncover the secrets of this fully realized 16-bit style world. The game features a fast-paced turn-based battle system, reminiscent of the golden era of RPGs, but with modern quality-of-life improvements. Beautiful anime cutscenes bring the story to life, enhancing the immersive experience. The gameplay involves exploring various regions, engaging in tactical battles, and forming bonds with companions who become lifelong friends. Moon's Creed is a strategic deck-building game that invites players to choose their zodiac hero and craft unique decks to battle against corrupted constellations. The game features a variety of zodiac powers and astral boons that players can collect to enhance their abilities and increase their chances of success. Each playthrough offers a new adventure with randomly generated maps and chaos rooms, ensuring high replayability and a fresh experience every time. The gameplay involves strategic decision-making and tactical battles, where players must use their decks to overcome challenges and ascend through cosmic chaos. Never Second in Rome is a turn-based historical game with RPG and management elements. Players take on the role of a Roman centurion in Julius Caesar's army, commanding both their character and the unit under their command. The game is set during the Gallic War, and players must navigate through historical battles and events, relying on a complex system of intertwined stats. The gameplay involves training and managing your century, appointing staff, and discovering remarkable individuals at your service. The game features turn-based individual combat, text-based events, and narrative sections with various attribute and skill checks. Cosmic: A Journey Among Shadows is a captivating Metroidvania game that takes players on an adventure through a dark and mysterious world. The gameplay revolves around the protagonist's quest to save their lost shadow with the help of a mysterious beast's shadow. Players must master new abilities, outsmart enemies, and uncover hidden truths as they navigate through various levels filled with challenges and secrets. The game features a mix of platforming, puzzle solving, and combat, providing a well-rounded experience for fans of the genre. As players progress, they will encounter eccentric characters and formidable foes, each with their own distinct abilities and weaknesses. Last Outpost is a minimalist base-building and strategy game set in a post-apocalyptic world overrun by zombies. Players are tasked with constructing and defending their outpost against relentless waves of undead and other survivors. The gameplay involves gathering resources, building structures, and fortifying defenses to withstand the onslaught. Players must strategically place towers and other defensive units to protect their base while managing resources and upgrading their outpost. The game also features a variety of vehicles and loadouts, allowing players to customize their approach to each mission. Players can venture out into the world to scavenge for resources, rescue survivors, and uncover hidden secrets. Sodaman is a bullet heaven roguelike game where you play as a super soldier fighting alien hordes with soda powers. The gameplay revolves around finding game-breaking sodas and concocting custom cocktails to enhance your abilities. Players can discover new planets, unlock weapons, sodas, cybernetics, and power-up cards. The game offers a dynamic and fast-paced experience, with players constantly on the move, dodging enemy attacks and strategically using their soda powers to defeat waves of aliens. The game encourages exploration and experimentation, as players can mix and match different sodas to create powerful combinations. Gunforged is a fantasy roguelite shooter that emphasizes creating unique and powerful builds in every run. Players forge their guns from a wide array of randomized parts, allowing for endless customization and experimentation. The game also features passive abilities and gun-changing runes that can be embedded into your weapons, further enhancing their capabilities. The goal is to create the ultimate build to survive waves of enemies and become the ultimate monster-slaying hero. The gameplay involves facing relentless waves of enemies, each more challenging than the last. Players must strategically choose and upgrade their gun parts and abilities to adapt to the ever-increasing difficulty. Afterlove EP is a unique blend of visual novel, narrative adventure, and rhythm game elements. Set in modern-day Jakarta, the game follows the story of Rama, a young musician struggling to move on with life after the death of his girlfriend. The narrative explores themes of love, loss, and moving forward, with multiple choices affecting the story's outcome. The gameplay involves a mix of daily interactions and rhythm-based minigames. Players can choose to spend time with different characters, engage in band sessions, or participate in therapy sessions. The rhythm-based minigames, reminiscent of Guitar Hero, require players to press the correct directional buttons when prompted. Skyan Market is a supermarket management simulation game set in a post-apocalyptic world. Players are tasked with running the last supermarket on Earth, catering to the remaining humans, animals, and robots. The game allows players to set up shelves, arrange products, and expand their store to accommodate the diverse needs of their customers. The goal is to manage resources efficiently and keep the supermarket thriving in a world on the brink of extinction. Players can unlock new products, stock them, and display them on the shelves. At the cash register, players scan items and receive payments in different formats, including cash, cashless codes handled by robots, and acorns handled by animals. Lightning Katana is a fast-paced action FPS that combines elements of hack-and-slash gameplay with first-person shooting. Inspired by games like Katana Zero and Devil May Cry, it offers a unique blend of intense combat and stylish moves. Players take on the role of a protagonist seeking revenge against the Neo-Nippon Yakuza for the death of their pet dog. The game features quick dodge rolls, perfect parries, and the ability to shoot lightning bolts, making for a dynamic and thrilling experience. The gameplay involves chaining together kills to earn high ranks and rewards, such as new levels and decorations for the hub. Metal Suit's Counterattack is a side-scrolling run-and-gun action game set in a futuristic world. Players take on the role of Kevin, a war hero who has been reborn as a cyborg after losing everything to an alien invasion by Galita. The game follows Kevin's quest for revenge as he battles through various levels using different combat suits, each with unique features and abilities. The story unfolds across 9 mysterious planets in the Helios system, where players uncover hidden secrets and collectibles. Players can explore the diverse planets of Helios, discovering secrets and engaging in challenging combat scenarios. Dead Daylight is a side-scrolling platform action-adventure game that tells the dark story of a protagonist who wakes up from a nightmare about a plague during a time when the gods have abandoned the earth. The protagonist embarks on a journey to the Cathedral of Holy Light, once the center of the continent, to uncover the terrifying truth and the fate of the land. The game features a variety of environments, from the crumbling city of ashes to the snow-capped mountain of Extinction Sect, and players must navigate through these areas while battling monsters transformed from residents and animals. The Executive Movie Industry Tycoon is a sandbox business simulation game that lets players shape the history of the Hollywood movie industry from the 1970s to today. The game allows players to build their own movie studio, produce blockbuster films, and manage ambitious franchises. Players can choose themes, genres, and target ratings to shape their creations, cast the hottest stars, and allocate their budget wisely to make each film shine. The game emphasizes strategic decision-making, as every choice impacts the movie's critical acclaim and box office potential. Players can create sequels, prequels, reboots, and spin-offs to capitalize on audience demand while avoiding franchise fatigue.
The program with some breaking news.
Welcome Back, Commander is a tactical real-time strategy game with roguelike elements. Set in the contaminated city of Sunstone, players take on the role of a military commander tasked with assembling a strike team to uncover the mysteries behind a deadly plague. The game emphasizes strategic decision-making, resource management, and squad-based combat. Players must make choices that impact the status, supplies, and sanity of their squad, as well as their survival chances during combat engagements. The gameplay features an event system with multiple polls for each day, including night camp, morning events, strategic choices, and tactical deployment.
Is now in an emergency state. Apparently some sort of infection.
Guns of Fury is a retro-inspired action platformer that combines the run-and-gun and Metroidvania genres. Players explore a vast, interconnected world, gaining new abilities and weapons as they progress. The game features intense combat sequences, where players must navigate through challenging levels filled with enemies and obstacles. The gameplay is fast-paced and requires quick reflexes and strategic thinking to overcome the various challenges. Players can also find hidden secrets and power-ups that enhance their abilities and help them in their quest. Novus Orbis is a combo-based deck-building roguelike that takes players on a journey through a space-time loop. The game revolves around collecting cards, receiving blessings, adding pets to your party, and growing stronger as you progress. Players must chain together cards in the right order to maximize their power and act before the enemy does. The gameplay emphasizes building synergistic decks, discovering secrets, and achieving high numbers in combat. The game features a variety of classes, each with its own unique deck of cards, as well as numerous blessings, enemies, pets, and bosses to encounter. Players can expect to find over 200 cards, 75 blessings, 45 enemies, and 5 pets. Abbey Monastery Brewery Tycoon is a unique simulation game where players take on the role of managing a monastery brewery. The gameplay involves building and expanding your monastery, crafting recipes, and brewing holy alesh. Players must carefully manage resources, optimize production processes, and experiment with different ingredients to create the perfect brews. The game emphasizes creativity and experimentation, allowing players to develop their own unique beer recipes without relying on pre-made formulas. In addition to brewing, players must also manage the daily operations of the monastery, including maintaining the facilities, tending to the monks, and ensuring the overall well-being of the community. Slender Threads is a paranormal point-and-click adventure game that follows the story of Harvey Green, a traveling salesman who finds himself entangled in a series of eerie events in the quiet seaside town of Villa Ventana. The game features hand-drawn art that blends 2D and 3D elements to create striking, diorama-like visuals. The game combines exploration, dialogue, and puzzle-solving as players guide Harvey through the town's peculiar streets, shops, and surroundings. The gameplay emphasizes uncovering the mysteries behind the strange occurrences and preventing Harvey's recurring nightmare from becoming reality. Museum Number 9 is a unique blend of museum management and exploration set in a magical, post-apocalyptic world. Players take on the role of a museum curator, tasked with repairing artifacts, optimizing the museum layout, and providing explanations to visitors. The game emphasizes creativity and customization, allowing players to build their museum in any style they prefer. As the museum expands, players gather materials, craft items, and enrich the collection by venturing into the mysterious old world to battle monsters and uncover relics. The gameplay also includes light rogue-style adventure exploration, where players use different skill combinations to defeat monsters and unlock artifact side quests and standalone dungeons. Rift of the Necrodancer is an all-new rhythm game that brings back the beloved character Cadence from Crypt of the Necrodancer. In this game, Cadence is dragged into a strange new world where she must engage in musical combat with monsters pouring through the rift. The gameplay revolves around pressing specific buttons in time with the music to defeat enemies advancing towards Cadence down 3 lanes. Each enemy type has unique behaviors, such as moving between lanes or requiring multiple button presses to defeat. Players must learn the patterns of these enemies to keep the music flowing and avoid losing health. Sworn is a co-op action roguelike game that allows players to explore and reclaim a fallen Camelot from the reign of a corrupted Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table. The game can be played solo or with up to 4 players, offering a dynamic and engaging multiplayer experience. Players can combine the strengths of their characters in surprising ways and master various abilities to become knights worthy of standing off against Arthur himself. The game includes upgrades from the Beacon of Avalor, which forge the player's squire into a worthy champion over time. Keep Driving is an atmospheric management RPG that takes players on a nostalgic road trip adventure set in the early 2000s. The game features a procedurally generated pixel art open world where players can pick up hitchhikers, work odd jobs, customize and repair their cars, and map their routes across the country. The gameplay involves solving challenges on the road using a unique turn-based system, where players use their skills and items to overcome obstacles. The game emphasizes exploration and decision-making, with multiple endings based on the choices players make during their journey. Mind Over Magic is a colony simulation game that tasks players with building and optimizing their own magical academy while keeping powerful mages alive and inspired. The game allows players to design every room in their school, unlock new furniture, wallpaper, lighting, and decorations to personalize every detail. The ultimate goal is to prepare students to explore the horrors of the Underschool, a mysterious underground dungeon filled with dark secrets, deadly magic, and ghastly creatures. The gameplay of Mind Over Magic involves studying lost arcana, growing exotic plants, brewing potions, and raising undead servants. Players must also stop a deadly fog from consuming everything in its path. Dook Kickers 2 Task Force North is a top-down strategy and tactics game that puts players in command of military special ops teams. The game is set in the fictional country of Nowaraki, where players must engage in gripping tactical combat against a terrorist network. The gameplay involves using intelligence assets and controlling special operation units in daring raids to neutralize and capture terrorists. Players can plan and execute their missions in real time, with the ability to pause and rethink their strategies as needed. Players have access to various tools and equipment, including light machine guns for suppressive fire, night vision goggles for night operations, and wall breaching charges to create new entry points. So that is the video. Which game that catches your eye? Please let me know in the comment. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.